Hey guys, S2F Gaming here, and welcome back to episode 2 of ARK, the Farewell Tour. Today we are heading on over to Genesis 2, and in order to do that, we do need to get ourselves over to the obelisk, so we are going to have a bit of an adventure here today. But I do want to mention, in between episodes, it did start to rain, so I did a little bit more grinding and got myself up an additional level. So we are now currently sitting at level 9, and we have 180 into weight. Yeah, as you guys can see, it's starting to become a bit of a deforestation issue over here. So, what's nice is because we're going to be leaving the area and heading over to Red Obelisk, that'll give this area time to basically respawn, and by the time we get back, it should look like it has been completely untouched. So, fingers crossed, hopefully that works. But anyways, I do want to do one thing before we go. And because we got that additional level, we are now at a total of 17 engram points. We ended off last episode with 9. And it turns out, in order to actually unlock the canoe, you need 10, and it actually tells you right at the bottom there, and I did not realize that. I ended up going onto the ARK wiki to figure it out, but you need 10 engram points, so we wouldn't have been able to do it without getting to level 9, and I'm going to go ahead and unlock the sleeping bag, because along this journey, we're going to come across a lot of dangerous things, and if I can kind of just prop down little beds along the way, kind of like checkpoints, if you will, it'll make this trip a little bit easier, especially if we die multiple times, which I assume is what's going to happen. So we're going to go ahead and make 5. I think 5 will be good enough. Every, 20% of the way, we'll put down a bed, then we'll continue, then 20, 20, 20. You get what I'm saying, guys. But yeah, that's going to be the first thing. Heading over to Red Obelisk on foot is no easy task, but we're going to see if we can do it today, because the canoe, especially on the island, is going to be absolutely huge, and hopefully by the end of this episode, I can show you guys exactly why. Alright, all 5 are made. We're going to go ahead and kind of just put all this stuff away. On top of that, too, I'm going to put away my armor, my food, everything, period, because if we do die along the way, I don't want to end up losing progress. And granted, it's not a lot of progress, but at the same time, any form of progress is progress. So, we're going to get started here. In order to get over to Red Ob, of course, we can't really see it too much on the map here, but pretty much we got to get there, and it is going to be a journey and a half. So let's get started here. I think I'm going to put myself in a third person for the beginning of this episode. I kind of want to see. Gotta get ready for ARK 2, guys. Gotta get ready for third person specifically. So I guess we'll start kind of doing it now, and we'll see how this turns on out. So, getting started here, we're gonna jump just straight over here. Instead of running all the way around, it's kind of no point. We might as well just go and kind of cut through here. In order to... I'm trying to think of the best route, because we can go that way, but we will have a little bit of swamp to deal with, which is capros, sarcos, a lot of nasty stuff, and I don't think I really want to do that. Up ahead, if you guys remember in episode 1, along with this episode, there's dillos pretty much right over here, so we're going to have to avoid them too. We can run past them and stay along the beach, but I think we're going to take a little bit of a shortcut. Now, the downside with this is, I'm going to keep this on for a quick second, because you guys should see, once we get to the top of this hill, I think there's going to be a bit of a temperature change, and I could be wrong, but I feel like right when you get up to, the beginning of this ridge, there we go. So we went from 74 to 95, and let's see if we can kind of hug here, and maybe... Nope. Yeah, so that's going to be a bit of an issue. The fact that it is hot, that means our food and our water is going to drain a little bit faster, so I do want to get through this part as quickly as possible. Another reason why we're coming over here is because, as you guys know, if you guys have been watching the channel for a while, if you haven't, that's okay. I'm going to explain kind of what the significance is about this spot. This is where I made my first base, period. It was basically right on over here, and I believe we're actually going to make our base also here. I kind of want to do a full circle thing. The first time coming into ARK, I built a base here, and potentially the last time playing ARK 1, I want to make my first base here, which is where we're going to be. I'll show you guys on the map kind of where we are specifically. And we are right about here, which is 80 latitude, 30 longitude, roughly. But, again, I'll get into a little bit more detail when we get into that. But what I'm going to do is we're just going to run down this hill here. We're going to get near water. I may want to go over and get a quick drink. Yeah, we are starting to run a little bit low. The other issue is going to be food, so I might want to start picking up berries here and there, because I can kind of start chomping on those as we continue down the line here. Still relatively safe stuff. I am very surprised that we haven't even seen a Spino. The worst we've seen is a Dillo so far, which is pretty good. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that the rest of this journey isn't going to be bad. Or, here's the other problem, all of this could be nice and easy because once we get near the obelisk, it's going to be an absolute nightmare. So I don't really know what route we're going to be going, but let's go ahead and have a little bit of this food first. And I think we're getting to the point where we may put down our first sleeping bag. You know what I'm going to do? It's probably best to just plop it down like this. So as I'm running, I can literally just place it if need be at that moment. Especially if raptors are chasing us or, I don't know, if there's any kind of issue where we think, all right, there's a good shot that we're going to die. We may just want to basically just throw that sleeping bag on down. And I think this is where we're going to put the first one. Just to play it safe. I do want to hold on to one sleeping bag. Because the hope is, if we do get to the obelisk, and we get there nice, safe, and sound the whole nine, that, yeah, basically I'll be able to plop one down at the obelisk, so when we do make our way, that's a Sarco, when we do make our way back over here, and we do head back over to the island after unlocking the engram, we'll be able to spawn just right at the obelisk, and I think that'll work out pretty well. Let's see if we can kind of get around the Sarco. That's going to be an... Shh. I think we're okay. Okay, cool. All right. We're looking good so far. I'm just waiting a second because I want to see if the Sarco's coming after me. It doesn't look like it is. All right. We're good so far. Let's go. That's a turtle. Okay. We got a couple Dillos, but that's fine. That's fine. We'll be able to outrun Dillos. Gonna save as much energy as I can, though, in order to outrun them if need be. We do have a couple turtles here, though, so what we can do is, if something's coming after us, especially raptors, we could kind of use the turtle as a bit of a defense mechanism, essentially, there. Eventually, they'll probably end up attacking the carbo or the turtle, and we should be all good. I'm a little worried getting near this water, I'm gonna be honest, because there's always baryonyxes and there's always Sarcos in this water, so yeah, let's try to get off the shore as quickly as possible. And let's kind of continue our nice little run here, and it's been going pretty well so far, I'm not gonna lie. I really was expecting a lot worse going into this, but we're not looking too shabby so far. And of course, let's knock on wood and everything that we'll be totally okay, because you never know, it could, with a flip of a switch, things could go real south real quick. You know what I just realized, which was incredibly stupid? Why didn't I put a bed down by our base? Because I don't necessarily, when coming back to the island, I don't need to be near the obelisk. We're not bringing anything back. We're literally going over there, getting the engram, and then we're leaving. It's not like I'm bringing items back. And I know, guys, I am a bit of a loot goblin and stuff, but I will not be grabbing any items on Gen 2. I don't want to end up going to a loot drop and getting something really, really good, and it kind of ruins the early game part and everything, because I am loving this struggle right now. The fact that the 0.25 XP is huge. I love that. And I'm really glad, too, especially, probably not this episode, maybe next episode, when we do start looking at narcotics, when we start kind of making mortar and pestles and all that stuff. We may do that in this episode too, I'm not sure. But making mortar and pestles is a huge XP grind. Like, you will get a lot of XP, and the fact that we're at 0.25 is going to be really good. Now, because again, I'm not going to get a lot of levels from this. So we have a level 40 Moshops. This wouldn't be a bad early tame. Level 40 Tinto. Okay, so maybe we will drop ourselves down near the obelisk anyways, because we're pretty much here. There's not really too much left to do. I think I am going to put a bet at the obelisk, because we may in fact go ahead and tame that Moshops as our first tame of the series. because they are really good, especially right now at this early level where I can gather fiber, but I can't really gather it too well. The Mo shops will do big work of that. Plus, having something with a lot of weight, we can use it as a refrigerator. I'll show that off in a bit, because, yeah, I'm really thinking, yeah, we probably should go for that Mo shop. So, I'm going to go ahead, drop down a bed here. Watch, there's going to be a raptor right on top. If there is, it's not that bad, because all I'll do is I'll just chase it off of the ledge and everything here. So we'll be fine. We'll be able to get through this. Okay, I don't see anything. Wow. This was a really easy trip. It never goes this easy, guys. I'm going to be honest. Usually, you have to duck and weave and kind of go a little crazy getting to the obelisk, especially in this kind of condition. But we're here. We got there. Awesome. So let's go ahead and head over to Gen 2. So in order to do this, guys, if you are bringing items over, make sure you click ARK data and then put said items inside of your inventory slot like this. It will let you know that we have one ARK item slot. When we head over to another map, the item will be there ready for you to pick. But to be honest, I'm not taking anything with me, so it's not that big of a deal. We're literally just going to drop the bag right here, and we are going to just transfer over. And in order to do that, press Upload Survivor, click Accept, and I will see you guys on Genesis 2. Alright, so here we are at Genesis 2. We are going to spawn at Summerworth. I do realize that once I click Spawn Survivor, we are going to get the cinematic cutscene, so let's sit through that. Probably not the right time to be watching the cinematic cutscene, but it is what it is. Let's sit back, let's enjoy, and here we go.
That's really got you good. No worries, just hang in there for a second. Yeah. Good news. Your armor kept you mostly in one piece. So, quick update. This isn't a simulation. We're really on a ginormous spaceship. And the ship's being taken over by...
Now what are you two little gnats up to? This is to be mine. The first of them.
Okay, time to get away from all these tentacles and prying eyes. This might feel a bit weird.
And here we are on Genesis 2. I'm going to go ahead and I am just not going to listen to HLNA right now. Because again, not necessarily the right time. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to drop down here. We are going to get our canoe, which is going to be huge. We need 250 fiber, 75 hide, 350 thatch, and 75 wood. And we have all of that on the island, basically, so this is pretty much all we're doing. We are going ahead, we are heading over to the obelisk, which is one of these guys right here. They are all over Genesis 2, and we are leaving, and unfortunately it is going to mess up the character a bit. I will show you guys when we get back to the island what that means, but, well, bye Gen 2 for now. Oh my god, I totally forgot. We did not put a sleeping bed down at the obelisk. Also, too, guys, just to let you know, I did get the opening cutscene again, so I'm kind of wondering if every time you spawn into the maps, you're gonna get that cutscene over and over and over. And it doesn't look like our character's messed up, so usually, guys, when you head over from Genesis 2 wearing the, like, tech suit, or the pseudo-tech suit, whatever you want to call it, your face and your body look a little bit kind of weird from it. It's like a texturing issue, but it looks like they have actually fixed it, which is really cool. Do I want to go ahead back over to the obelisk, or no? I think we're just going to say no. It is what it is, guys. I know that Mo Shops would have probably been a really good first tame to have. It's a level 40, but at the same time, they are all over the place. We'll be able to find another Mo Shops, especially closer to where we are, and potentially a higher level. But let me get on back to base. We have the canoe unlocked. Let's have a quick look. Let's make sure. Okay, good. And let's head on back over and let's make this canoe. Boy. I knew there was a reason in my head. I was like, I probably shouldn't be going down the beach because of compies. And sure, they're small, but for right now, they will be extremely vulnerable, at least will be extremely vulnerable to them. Level 30 tech parasaur. That would be kind of interesting, but I think we're going to pass on that too. I do want to try to get a spyglass potentially, and that'll help us kind of figure out what we want to actually tame, and if we're even taming in this episode. I'm not even entirely sure about that. But, yeah, so far, we're not too bad. Those compies could end up being an issue, but I think they aren't following us anymore. So we should be okay. Next up, though, is going to be the Dillos, and you guys can see, based on our location of stuff is starting to respawn back in over there. So, yeah, it's a good thing that we kind of went away, and then we came back, and it looks like, it's not fully restored yet, but it'll be restored eventually, unless I just keep knocking down trees and all that stuff. But overall, we should be fine. Let's get back to our stuff. Ooh, we have a trike right by us now. Ooh. Because I was thinking for our first tame, a Mo Shops, that kind of was just a spur-of-the-moment thing where I was like, okay, that would actually be really good. I wasn't potentially thinking about getting one, but it was kind of, it fell right into our lap, so there was a chance we were getting it, which, of course, we didn't, but it is what it is. In my head, though, before the series started, I said, okay, either Parasaur or probably a Trike would be the good first tame to get started with, right? Parasaur, obviously, just for moving around the map, and also getting ourselves a little bit of berries, a little bit of having a refrigerator and stuff like that. But at the same time, I get the mobility isn't the best on the Trike, but if this is a high-level one, yeah, we're going to go for this at some point, unless it despawns. But if it doesn't despawn, eventually we may go for this guy. This guy could potentially be our first tame of the series. Let's see what level it is first, though, before we kind of get our hopes up and everything. So, let's get out of this third person. I'm not a huge fan of it. 35. You still may be the first tame, buddy. I don't know. We'll see. But let's go ahead and make this canoe. Let's go ahead and get that going here. I'm going to be honest, guys. I'm not a huge fan of the third person specifically. I'm really hoping they kind of reconsider and make like an option for first person. I just like having the choices, if that makes sense. But we're going to go ahead and just... Oh, we got to get our armor back on. Totally forgot about that. All right, let's go ahead. Let's get the armor back on. Get the Poglin skin on. Let's go ahead, drop that down. What else do we need here? Thatch. Okay. I only need 75 wood, so let's go ahead and put all this away. That should give me enough movement in order to get the thatch that I need. That's 209. Oh, that's 409. We're good. Okay, let's make that canoe. So first things first, canoe gets you a decent amount of XP and everything too. We'll see how much it gives us on 0.25. So we are currently at level 9, about halfway. So let's see at 0.25 how much XP we get. Will it level us? It does level us up. Okay, cool. So that's a decent amount. Think about it. We went from, what'd I say, 409 up to 503, so about 100, yeah, about 100 XP basically there. That's on 0.25, which means it's about 400, 500 XP to make this thing. Gives you a lot of XP, basically. I'm not going to be able to show full in-depth why this thing is good, guys, but I'll show you guys a few little things. There's a big reason why it's very good and why it's the best thing to use in comparison to a raft, but we're not currently at the raft level yet, so we're not going to be able to go over it. First things first, this is the canoe. The canoe has a ton of different skins. Speaking of which, guys, I'm going to let you know now, I am going to spawn in the Viking skin. I don't want to go over to... You know what? Let me backtrack there. I'm not going to spawn in the Viking skin. at some point, we're going to go back to Genesis 2 and do the canoe races. So, let me backtrack. I'm not going to spawn the skin in. I did that for the Fjordur series. I will not be doing it for this one because we do potentially get the chance of getting the skin. So, not going to do that right now, but this is the canoe. And what's great about the canoe is, one, it's a fridge. What you do is you just literally check something, 35 spoil time, throw it on in here, and you can see we're at 5 hours and 54 minutes. It pretty much works, I think, at the same rate as like a fridge, which is pretty cool to have this early in the game. I never understood why the canoe was added to Genesis 2, or specifically the engram has to be unlocked on Genesis 2. I kind of feel like it's one of those engrams that should have been in all of the maps, in my opinion, because on the island, it's going to be huge, and it's going to help us out immensely in this early game. And like I mentioned, guys, coming episodes, you'll see specifically why. But for right now, like I said, it is a fridge. So let's go ahead and get all of our perishables here, and we're just going to throw that onto the canoe. That's just going to help us out, especially when we're collecting all these narco berries and stuff like that. It's just only going to help us out in the long run. Another great thing about the canoe is, compared to the raft, you can pick the canoe up. So, if let's just say I don't like this placement or I want it somewhere else, if I'm crossing a river like this, let's just say, and then I get to the other side, I can pick it up. A raft, not so much. So again, another reason why the... Oh, Coelacanth. Okay. Another reason why the raft is really good. But once we're at the level to make a... Sorry, that's why the canoe is better than the raft. There's a couple of other reasons. Once we get to the level to making a raft, I will show you guys specifically why it's really, really good. But for right now, first, it's a fridge. 2, it holds a lot of items, basically. Don't really go too crazy about the weight there, where it says 80.4 to 2,000. Unless they fix this bug, as long as you have enough slots in the inventory, which isn't the same as your characters, but I think it's like around 60 slots, somewhere around there for the canoe, it doesn't matter what you put in there, unless they fixed it. I've personally had 60 slots of literally metal in this thing, going way over 2,000 in weight, and it still works. So, we'll have to test that out in the future, but the canoe is a huge win, guys. Oh, there's an Oviraptor. Definitely not ready to tame one of those guys, but we'll be getting one of those guys eventually down the line. They're very skittish, but we'll figure it out. We'll get it somehow, let's put it that way. But for right now, I think what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start picking everything up, and we're going to throw it onto the canoe anyways. Because I think today we are going to start kind of just looking around the map, seeing where we want to be. I do want to set up a base over there, and I think this might be the perfect time to do it, because like I said, we do have the raft. So let's go ahead, let's get some materials here. I do want to start making another campfire. Let's make 2 spears while we're at it. Let's make a campfire. Unfortunately, guys, because we are on console single player, I can't actually go ahead and pick stuff up. That is a server thing specifically. I really wish it was something that they did bring over to single player at some point, but it is what it is. You kind of pick your battles, and unfortunately, yeah, it's just not going to happen. At least it hasn't happened now. I don't see it happening in the foreseeable future, but we have 16 total points, so maybe what we should be doing is... I should actually go ahead. We could make an arrow. We could make bolas. I think we're going to focus on base building right now. And like I said, I don't like using thatch, but to just get us started here, as long as we have enough points, we should be able to kind of start getting this done. We're going to do a wall. And now we're down to 3, 3, and 3. Okay, so I'm not going to worry about a door right now. I think we'll just do the... I could just do a ceiling right now, that's fine, and then I guess we'll unlock... We'll hold on to the points and everything. Once we start making more and more thatch foundations and stuff like that, we'll be fine, basically, let's put it that way. Let's go ahead and make... I can make 70 foundations right now. We are not going to do that, that's a bit excessive. I am going to make a total of maybe 20 to start. We're not going to be using 20, but at the same time... I kind of want to make 70. I kind of want to see... You know what? Screw it. We're not going to get a lot of XP from this. I want to see what happens, guys. If I make a total of 70 thatch foundations, how much XP are we going to get? We are currently sitting at 511. Let's remember that. If I remember it, I'm going to put it up on screen right now so we know. Let's see what happens when we make 70 total foundations on 0.25 XP. How many levels are we going to get? Here we go. I will see you guys in about 15 minutes. And here we go. The last one is finally made. Let's see. One level. Jesus Christ. One level from 70 foundations. And of course, I can't move at this point either. That's 420 weight. Jeez, oh my god. Okay, so I assumed 1 to 2 levels in that. Oh boy. I assumed 1 to 2 levels and that was it. So we were at 511. We are up to 633. So that is a total of what? 122 XP roughly. We were at 511. Up to 633, so 122 XP times 4, we're looking at 488 normal XP. Oh my god. Alright, we're gonna go ahead here and literally just break the foundations now, because I do need these resources back. I just kind of wanted to see, experiment-wise, how much we were gonna get from this. So, guys, we learn something new every day. This is the amount of slots inside of the canoe. So we have a total of 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 43, 44. It is 45. Okay, 45 slots, basically. But I'll show you guys in a future episode again. Don't go by that 2,000 weight or whatever it is. Because, again, that, unless it did get fixed, I don't know, maybe it did get fixed. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and ride on the canoe. And I'm going to talk about this a little bit right now, but we are completely safe. Nothing is going to attack us on here, which is absolutely crazy. Sharks will not go after the canoe. Leads will not go after the canoe. Nothing. But again, once we get the raft in a future episode, I'll kind of show the comparisons of what can happen with a raft. And believe me, the raft has so many benefits, guys. Honestly, the raft is great. But this thing's just 10 times better in my opinion. But like I said, guys, I know I've been talking about it a lot, but and I know I sound like a broken record, but I will discuss that and go over it in detail in the future. But we're going to head on over to, is that a white with a ring? No, it's not. That's fine. At least I can't tell from here, but I feel like I would be able to see if it has a ring here. So we're not going to worry about that or anything. We are currently rocking at level 10, I believe. We're almost at level 11. Maybe we are at a level 11. I don't know. What level are we? We are level 11. Okay, so we're about to be level 12. And we should be able to start unlocking some wood structures and everything at this point, I think. But we'll take a quick look at that once we kind of dock and get to our base location, which again, guys, is going to be right up on that hill there. I think it's just a really nice spot. It's a great spot to start your ARK adventure in if you're here on the island. I do plan on expanding this base and everything too. I always have wanted to do kind of like a little dock down here. We may even start the base down here. You know what? We may start the base down here. If I can have wooden pillars, maybe we'll start with like a beach cabana kind of thing here, and then eventually make another base up there. I don't know, we'll see. The options are limitless. Oh, we have a Mo Shops over there. Alright, I think the game might be telling me about Mo Shops. So, let's go ahead and park this guy. I will mention the only downside with the canoe is parking it is a bit of a pain. You can see that it's slowly moving right now. If it eventually gets to the shoreline and it gets to actual, like, sand, land, whatever, it will keep going. Like, it will stay on here, but then the problem is you can't get access to it anymore. It's completely destroyed at that point. So keep an eye on your canoes, which is another reason why you should pick it up at all times, but of course, ours has just a ton of weight on it right now, so it's not necessarily going to work out. What level are you? Cooked prime meat, of course. Oh, you're level 10. Okay. I don't want you then. That's fine. If you were a high level, then it is what it is, but you're level 10. I'm not going to worry about it. We have a ton of dodos again over here, which is great. And let's get back to our canoe. Let's start... You know what? Let's take a look first and see what we can unlock. Because we're level 11... Okay, so we can unlock wooden foundations, walls, and ceilings. When is pillars? Ooh, pillars is a way down. No, it's not. It's the next level. Oh, okay. So it's just pillar... Ooh. Okay, so maybe what I'll do is I'll grind out a few resources, because... Oh, boy. Maybe we'll get rid of the dillos. Maybe that'll... Yeah, you know what? Killing these dillos will put us over 100%. Okay, let's see if I can get aggro. There we go. With these guys, they're going to shoot that venom. Just go side to side. Doesn't make a difference. And you should be all good. Oh my god, there we go. Finally. Jesus. Going for headshots on these guys is going to be the best for you. Oh god. Nope. Got him. Alright, sweet. Oh my god. Alright. We got through that. Let's get our spears back. Let's get a little bit of hide. And again, once we break down this other dillo, we should get that level that we need. Let's see. Come on, give me the level. Hey, there we go. Perfect. And what we're going to do is... wait again. Yeah, let's go wait again. And let's see what we can do here. So we have pillars. We have 28 total engrams. So let's do pillars. That's 15? Oh, no. All right. Ceilings. And that's it for right now? Oh, boy. Okay. Yeah. And we can get stairs. All right. Sounds good. Because here's the thing. If we do want to make our little... I'm not going to make the base down here. And the reason is... Spino sometimes will end up in the water over here, and if we make our main base here, and then it gets destroyed, we're kind of screwed. We will make a boathouse here at some point for the canoe, for the raft, stuff like that, but for right now, I think it's just best if we focus more on building something big or something just up there specifically. It is going to be a little bit more of a journey to get water and stuff, but... I think that's just going to work out better for us in the long run. So let's go ahead and pick up everything. And let's go ahead and make... Oh my god. Just 4 foundations? That's it? Oh my god. We'll get a little bit more XP from these foundations than we will for the thatch ones. But at the same time, it's not like these 4 are going to get us a level. So we're going to go ahead and literally just throw everything right back on. I'm just going to have to basically get as many resources as possible, mainly going to be wood specifically. Let's throw all the thatch onto us and all the fiber onto us. And I'll take the wooden foundations with me. The rest of this will kind of just sit in here, and I think we'll be fine for now. But again, guys, of course, early game ARK, you guys know how this works. It's always about the early game grind. So let's get ourselves a ton of wood. Let's start making some foundations. Hopefully we get a level or 2 along the way. Unfortunately, beach house idea is not going to work right at this moment, but that'll be another project for the future. But for right now, 2 more foundations. I'm going to keep going until I have about 20 foundations. Once I have that, I will meet you guys up there, and we'll start the building process. Alright guys, here we are on top of the hill, and that is why I love this location. I mean, look at that view. Oh my god, looks absolutely great. And all you have to see is just the little, oh, we're getting a loot drop behind us or something. Why? Like, where is that coming? Oh, it's from over there. Wow, okay. I don't know if you guys saw that. Like, the little, like, white sparkles were coming up on the screen there. Usually that doesn't happen unless it's, like, like really, really close. Like usually there's a loot drop that spawns back here. But anyways, yeah, this view is great. Look at the canoe all the way down there. It looks like almost like a speck. But we're going to go ahead and start building up our shack. Now, this ground is a bit uneven, so we might have to do a little bit of finagling here. But to get started, I think I'm just going to plop one down pretty simply, like right here, maybe? I think we're going to go with that. And what I want to do is, I kind of want to just get a, like, survey of the area first. I just need to make sure that all my foundations are going to work, which there's your issue right there, as you guys can see. You will have this kind of issue where stuff is just not going to work. So, what I've actually also done, on top of making a total of 20 foundations, I've also made a pillar, and the pillar is going to help kind of figure out how, like, we're going to have to raise and lower foundations. So in order to do that, you basically put a pillar right in the middle, and then all you do is, on any of the sides, put another foundation. As you can see, it snaps normal, and then it also snaps one lower. And you got to get the snap point right, and there we go. We just dropped it down one foundation. You pick up the pillar, you pick up the floor, and then you head on over to the new pillar, the new floor, put the pillar in, and rinse and repeat. So if I wanted to drop it one more, I can, and I think we're going to be good at that point. But let's see kind of what we're looking at. Alright, so... okay, that's going to be fine, actually. Okay, cool. I'm hoping. Okay, so that's going to be 3. I'm trying to, like, map this out as we're building it, because, again, I don't want to waste a lot of these structures and stuff like that in the process. Actually, you're going to stay. You're also going to stay. And then I want to go... what did I want to do? 1, 2 on this side. And then I got to go 2 out this way. Am I going to be able to do that? Yes. Okay. This is where the issue starts. God, I knew that was going to be a problem. No! And now we're going to be wasting resources. What is nice, like I mentioned, on servers, you are able to actually just pick up the resources, no problem. It's just a quick little coding and stuff that you got to put in, but at the same time, yeah, it is what it is with console. It is what it is with single player. Something that I really would like to come to the main game, but it is what it is. I think we're just going to build a little bit further back where we have a little bit more of even grounding. So let's try this again and see how this goes. We only have 15 foundations, so we're going to have to make sure that this is correct. Okay, so we have 1 here, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Ugh. Alright, let me get the foundations right and everything, and I will bring you guys back once we have kind of the floor plan all set up, or at least how I want these foundations to be, and then we'll start working on the actual walls and stuff like that, guys. So, give me a little bit, let me get this all figured out. So, guys, it's been a little bit. I've had a couple of failed attempts of figuring out how I want to set up this base, and I think I finally figured out how we're going to get this base the way that I want it. And pretty much, well, we're using pillars instead. Pillars are going to be absolutely great for this, and I think it's going to work out really well. Let me kind of pop in the center here and do an orbit so you guys can see kind of what this base is looking like. To give you guys an idea, it's a 4x5 base. We're going to basically have it in a bit of a U shape, along with just having a little porch area. But as we continue to kind of go through this build, I'll show you guys specifically what... sorry, there's something over here. What is that? Is that a... oh. For a second, I thought it was a Mesopithecus, and I was going to say, oh my god, we'll get a Foo as our first name. But anyways, let's go ahead and start getting this base built. So we're going to start with the porch, which is going to be 1, 2, 3. Simple enough, just 3 ceilings, and we're going to put a set of stairs there. So here's going to be our entrance. Front door is basically going to be this right here specifically, and we're going to go over a total of 5, right? What we're also going to do is we're going to go over a total of 5 here. As you guys can see, there's no pillars over in that corner because, well, when I try to put pillars down, I don't have any pillars right now, but take my word for it, it's not allowing me to snap the pillars into these points. So what I'm going to do is once we get the ceilings over here, I'll then snap the pillar to it. I'll show you guys how that's done specifically. But just trying to make this look as clean and everything as possible. Now, I am going to put, even though this isn't technically going to be part of the porch, I am still going to put this here. And you guys will see once we get up walls and everything like that, kind of how this is all going to come together. But right now, yeah, pretty much we're just making one huge box. And it's essentially just going to be this massive structure. So let me get this all done. Like I said, once we get to the point where I do need to put those pillars in the top left-hand corner, I'll bring you guys back and show you exactly how to do that. By the way, I am fully aware that there is a megalodon that basically put himself out of the water over there. I was going to attempt to get that over there, but there's like 6 or 7 jellyfish right next to him. Along with that, there's about 3 other megalodons swimming around, so it's a bit of a trap. We're not going to go and take care of that. But anyways, let me kind of continue at least the ground floor here, and I will bring you guys back once that's done, and yeah, we'll keep on going. Okay, it is getting a bit dark here. On top of that, we do have a green drop that I want to try to get to, so I'm going to show this off real quick here. So we have 2 foundations that I'm going to be putting down, or 2 ceilings, rather. And I need to put snap points into these. So what we're going to do is we're going to come on over to this side here, and I'm going to take a pillar and I'm going to put it right on top like that. The next point I'm looking for is I'm going to slowly move my camera down, and eventually, and again, this is a 50-50 shot. It was right there. That's the snap point we're looking for. Come on, give me that snap point again. Okay, so there's this one, or there's a further one down. Let's try that again. Okay, so that's the snap point I want. You want the further one down, and then I can snap that into place. Now, what's going to happen is, and hopefully, oh god. All right, let's make our way through the base here. Let's kind of work ourselves around, and let's pick this on up. The foundation or the pillar should not actually, I'm going to break this, it is what it is. It's not going to stick through, and that's basically how it's going to look, and we are all good to go. And that's simply how this is done. It does get a bit tricky, but you can get it done. So, pillar, we're going to look for the further snap point. You're going to have to kind of move your character around a little bit. I think that's probably going to be it right there. So we're just going to play it safe and kind of just jump the gun and see if that's the correct snap point or not. I'm going to go ahead and pick this up. It is not. You can see that that little piece is sticking out. I'm going to go ahead and fix this. Alright, so let's try this one more time. And if this doesn't work, I'm going to quickly run on down and get this green drop, because we really cannot pass that up right now. That is 100% the point, because that thing is hitting the ground. Let's check this, and we are good. Perfect. I'm very tempted to literally just... Do I need to put another one? No, I don't. Good. Okay. I am tempted to literally jump off the cliff here, but I don't think we're going to survive, so I am going to have to quickly kind of run this all the way around, and let's hope we'll be able to get this loot drop. Let's see if we can get this done. Oh, it must have just went away. Oh my god, and of course I got the compies after me and everything now, or at least they were. Damn it. It is what it is. At the same time, there'll be plenty of loot drops. There'll be plenty of items. No big deal. Let's head on back up to base. I do realize, guys, this episode is going extremely, extremely long. So I think what I'm going to do is I am, in fact, going to wrap up the episode here. We did get a lot done today. It's absolutely crazy that we're still only level 17, but that has to do with the 0.25 XP, and I am seriously enjoying it. So for right now, we have part 1 of the base done. In the next episode, we are going to finish up part 2. On top of that, because we are level 17, we do unlock the raft. We also unlock a ton of wood stuff. We have a ton of just storage boxes, raft, gravestones, because unfortunately we will probably have some dinos die along the way, but we'll finish up the base. We'll also finally be able to go over what the wooden raft is, why it's beneficial and everything, but why the canoe could be a little bit better. But guys, that is going to wrap up this episode. I promise the next episode we are going to finish up the base, we're going to make it look good, and I'll see you guys in the next one.